Well, hello and welcome back. I know it's been a while. Anyways, not that anybody's going to miss me. People assume that I'm angry. I'm not. I just like logic, and most things aren't logical. So I react. That's comedy. A rational man stuck in an irrational situation, trying not to scream. And that's from John Cleese, one of Monty Python's Flying Circus. And they were a scream to watch back in their time. You know the commercial for 1-800 We Got Junk? Yeah, so what? It comes across as if we have more junk than you do. But I suppose they refurbish some of it. Things get really bad for you. I'll be in the front of the house. You can just take me away. And I love how the morning news on CBS Channel 2 from New York says that 5 people were stabbed in a subway, but all of them had non-threatening stab wounds. That's very good. They will be okay, and that's as far as they go with the stabbings. And every time I see Walter Mathau in one of his movies, I always feel that if you asked him what is one of your favorite things in life, that he would respond by saying, I hate everything in life. Those are my favorite things, and without them, life would be meaningless. I think that would cover it for good old Walter, a wonderful actor if there ever was one. And if you enjoy comedy acts, check out Stuart Francis, a Canadian comedian actor. He has a very unique style of comedy with ingenious jokes, great timing, and as one writer put it, his quick quips can take a second or more to work out. But once you've figured out his duplicitous simplicity, yes, that's duplicitous simplicity, you're sure to have a smile on your face, and that's a mouthful, eh? I recall the times I had mezcal, which is an interesting cocktail, and maybe I've only had three or four tastes, and it is a unique beverage. And a few years ago, my wife and I drove into the city, and we stopped in Scarsdale on the way home, and we tried some of the mezcal. And I have to admit that it had a very smoky flavor with a smooth follow-up. However, I maybe had 3 or 4 shots, and as we drove home in an hour, maybe an hour or so, and as we got close at home, I started to realize that this buzz is really starting to kick in. And once I got home, I definitely felt strange, a bit strange. And once we arrived at home, I laid down on our couch, and in a short while, I started to feel very strange with a mild hallucination. Fortunately, it slowly passed, and I remember how I laid on the couch for quite a while and hardly moved and felt as if I was in a mild coma. That's believable. So all I can say is that it's very nice. It's a very nice drink. You have to take it easy though, unless you're a Mexican worker at a mezcal distillery. And that was the last time I had it. But if I had a chance, I would do a shot, as it does have a distinguished taste to it. And John Garfield, possibly one of my favorite actors, was the best known totally blacklisted actor in 1951 during the Hollywood Red Scare. He was called to testify before the House Un-American Activities. He denied communist affiliations but refused to name names. He and his wife never accused anyone of being a communist, along with his wife's past communist ties, led to his blacklisting, effectively ending his film career, which was a shame. He once said in court that what are you doing to me? What are you going to do to me? I'm sorry. Let me do that again. He once said in court that, what are you doing to me? You going to kill me? Everyone dies. John Garfield oozed total integrity, and he would die a year later in 1952, and he never broke down. He was only 39. That's quite a shame. Great actor. And my wife says to me, I'm still working my ass off at her travel agency. And you're going to the Yale Clinic where you run some protocols, cognitive testing, MRIs and PET scans, blood draws, and various other evaluations. And I responded by saying that I'm assisting in research that could help diminish and possibly even ending dementia or Alzheimer's, as the clinic is doing extensive work with various other clinics. I've been active in the clinic for about 16 months or so, and I'm proud that I've been a part of it. I'm also starting the sleep clinic, which is much less work and only lasts for a couple of weeks. And as I mentioned to my wife, you're sending people on great excursions all over the world, and I'm contributing to my time and my body to diminish or possibly eliminating dementia or Alzheimer's. So there, I'm always in the forefront of progress, innovation, and development. but I lost this battle as usual. She mentioned that she's getting paid for her work, and she does work very hard, and I'm only getting a stipend from Yale. And she ended by saying, "You keep dreaming, and note that if I could go with you on a wonderful destination, I could always turn you down." I was like, "Oh, that one hurt. That one really hurt. Damn, I could never win a battle with my wife, and I'm out."